Welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch-along of Leeds United versus Arsenal at the Emirates. Big game today, and a game that's going to be very, very difficult to get anything out of. But we are Leeds United, so we go into it with a bit of hope that we can do something in this game. Welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members who are here already. We've got Pierre in the chat. We've also got Robert Wetzel. I know there's a few more in here as well that were having a conversation earlier. So welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members in the chat. And of course, welcome to all of our non-Leeds Lately members as well. Leeds United today face up against Arsenal. The Leeds United lineup we will go through very shortly. First of all, hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody's doing okay. Some results earlier in the day for Leeds weren't fantastic, of course. Let's have a little look at Premier League. Burnley have got their first points, beating Sunderland 2-0 at home. Brentford beat Aston Villa, another potential relegation rival. Bournemouth beat Wolves 1-0. Manchester City lost 2-0 to Tottenham. And of course, last night, Chelsea beat West Ham 5-1. So for me at the moment, real kind of early signs are that West Ham are going to really struggle this season. And potentially Wolves as well are the two I'm looking at. But after that, it becomes difficult. It does become difficult to kind of call. And look, of course, most teams have only played one game. Some teams have played two games. So yeah, it's going to make a bit of a difference on that one. Let me just go on Twitter because I will get the Leeds United bench up as well. 5 new signings for this season are on the bench for Leeds United today. So let's have a little look then. Okay, so first of all, Leeds United lineup is Lucas Perry in goal, Jayden Bogle at right back, Pascal Struijk and Joe Rodon make up the centre-back partnership for this one. Gabriel Goodmanson comes in at left back. Gruev comes in for Ampadu, who of course is injured till potentially after the international break. And then you still have Stack and Tanaka ahead of him. And of course, Nonto and James and Piru make up an unchanged front three from that Everton game as well. But I do expect to see a little bit of movement off the bench later in the game. For those wanting to know as well, Leeds United's bench for this game consists of Carl Darlow as a goalkeeping option, Jacobi Yol, Sam Byram, Sebastian Bornau, Longstaff, Harrison, Aronson. Noah Okafor makes the bench. Metcher is also there, but no sign of Dominic Calvert-Lewin on the bench. And we kind of did think, I think, that there was a chance that we would see Dominic Calvert-Lewin in this game. Some people actually wanted him to start, but I will just say that Leeds United line up in a very similar way to last time out. Don't think Farke wanted to change too much given the fact that we played really well against Everton. But yeah, I do. There you go. I'll put it on the screen for a little bit so people can have a little bit of a look at it. And do you know what? The other night I thought, I'll get a little bit of a head start because I think I can pretty much guess what Arsenal's lineup's going to be. I didn't have to change a single thing because I got their lineup bang on with my prediction. Literally exactly what they line up like is what I predicted. So if I press this button, okay, pressing the button doesn't seem to be doing anything. So let's try going on the actual lineup panel. Here we go. So the Arsenal lineup is David Raya in goal, Urian Timber at right back, Saliba and Gabriel are the two centre-backs with Calafiori as the left back. In midfield, a midfield three of Zubamendi in the holding role as a deep-lying playmaker. And then you've got Declan Rice and Martin Ødegaard as the two attacking midfielders with Noni Madueke and Bukayo Saka on the wings, with Victor Gyökeres as the striking option for Arsenal today. That's exactly the lineup I predicted that they would have. And Oh, yeah, you're right. Thanks, Ruggy. The score bug needs to change. So away is Leeds United. So let's just put the Leeds badge there. And then home is Arsenal. Fixed. There we go. I can see Daniel Farke setting the team as mega defensive and catching Arsenal on the counter. I did talk about this in my tactical preview. Those of you who have watched my tactical preview, you should be able to see what I said in this game. A lot of it is that Arsenal will be attempting to attack in the half space, with Gyökeres being a striker who loves to run into that half space and expect balls through to him. And because of the way that Arsenal play as well, Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice will be playing beyond... they'll be playing beyond Zubamendi, and those two will be playing as kind of box-to-box number 8. They'll be wanting to pick up the ball in those half spaces and play through balls towards Gyökeres to try and get him into the final third for shooting opportunities. So we have to be very, very careful to ensure that we basically have enough cover and we can block those passing lanes. So it's got to be very important that we are very, very switched on in the midfield battle today. You got to look at context, though, to be fair, Chaz. Like, our record against them is that bad since 2003 because we have been a championship side, a League One side, and when we've played them in the cups and lost against them. And when we've played them in the league, in the Premier League, when we got promoted again, we were, of course, a newly promoted side, and they were a well-established top 4 side. So, look, I think we're probably going to lose to them again today, but you can understand where those statistics come from when our club has been in the position it's been in for the last however many years. There we go. We'll put the Leeds United side on the screen because that's probably more what people want to see in this one. Just about 8 minutes away from kickoff now. Yeah, fair enough, Chaz. I just think that Leeds are going to have their work cut out for them today. I don't like the new Sky Sports intro, by the way, with this weird "the greatest of all time" song. It's upsetting me. I want the old one back. I tuned into your protracted yawn, but I'm not blaming myself. Well, you shouldn't blame yourself, Martin. This is what we call a coincidence. A cosmic coincidence. Mecha isn't starting. No, Mecha is not starting. Joel Piroux is starting. Look, Arabeche Eze is being announced and unveiled as an Arsenal player. In his jeans and his Arsenal shirt, walking out. I'm glad that Eze isn't available for this game, but I still think Arsenal have got plenty of firepower to take us down with, to be honest. But it just means that we only have to play against him once this season. Who did Palace play? Oh, Palace played against Chelsea, didn't they? So Chelsea are going to have to play against Eze 3 times this season. I think that we are. I think that we are going to give a good account of ourselves today. I do. I think we're going to play well, but I think in the end it's probably not going to be quite enough, just with the sheer quality. We talk about the Premier League being a league where you have to be clinical and take your chances, and I do think that they are obviously better than us at taking those chances and being clinical. So, look, there's a good chance that we get something out of this game, especially given it's so early in the season. Nobody's had a chance to kind of get going on a run yet. So that's what I'm hoping, that Leeds will have caught Arsenal at a good time. Where, let's be honest, I didn't actually see the game, but apparently they did not play very well at all against Man United. They still got the win, but apparently they didn't play at all. So at home, you'd imagine they'd probably turn this around, but if we could draw, then it would be amazing. Players are heading out onto the pitch now, by the way. Pascal Strout leading Leeds out as the captain, of course, because Ampadu is injured. But other than that, it's an unchanged side against from the one that started against Everton. A lot of people complaining about Gruev coming in. I don't just really know where the complaints come from. Gruev is a very good player. I've rarely seen him make a mistake. He keeps the ball well. He's positionally excellent. Drops in between the centre-backs or drops in at left-back to cover for the full-backs when they go high and wide. I think that Gruev is a very, very accomplished and good footballer and is completely fair enough to be playing in the Premier League. I get people are saying, oh, we should have brought Longstaff in, but Longstaff is more of a number 8. You can't just play Longstaff as a holding midfielder. And if you went and played Stack as the single holding midfielder, I think that gives you a little bit of... it takes away from one of the best things that Stack is good at, which is a lot of the time carrying the ball forward. It's weird how perceptions can change of footballers, by the way. There was definitely incest. There was definitely interest in Victor Gyökeres when he was at Coventry from Premier League sides, but nothing like when he went to Portugal and is now become a £65 million player. And that is just that bloke that used to play for Coventry, which is a bit weird, isn't it? He was at Brighton as well, of course. Arsenal's lineup we'll go through quickly then because they're talking about it on the screen now. So David Raya in goal. Timber comes in for the injured Ben White. Then you've got Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori in the rest of the back four. Zubimendi, the new signing this summer, excellent player, is going to be in the ball-playing midfielder role with Rice, Erdegaard, and Madueke ahead of them. And Saka as well with Gyökeres up front. Their bench consists of Kepa, Mosquera, Martinelli, Kivior, Trossard, Nwaneri, Merino, Lewis Skelly, and Dowman. Leeds United's lineup is, of course, on screen now. Lucas Perry in goal. Jayden Bogle, Rodon, Strauch, and Goodmanson make an unchanged back four from the one that started against Everton. Gruev comes in for Ethan Ampadu in the midfield. Then you've got ahead of him Stack and Tanaka, with Nonto, James, and Piru. We should say Piru, not Mecha. Sorry about that. I did change that, but for some reason it's not stayed. That should stay as Piru now. Here we go. Piru, sorry about that. And our bench includes Noah Okafor. Hold on. Our bench includes Carl Darlow, Jacobi Yol, Sam Byram, Sebastian Bornau, Longstaff, Harrison, Aronson, Okafor, and Mecha. No sign of Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Laji Ramazani in this one. Does look like Raji Ramazani may be on his way out. He's actually changed all of his social media. Profile pictures to just a black blank one, like footballers seem to be doing now when they want to move. So, yeah, he seems like Ramazani might have been his way out, which is a shame because I think we could have got more out of him. But regardless, this is the team that we've got today, so let's support them the best we can. Just 1 minute to go until kick-off then. I didn't know Arsenal had a song that they sung before kick-off. Yeah, Harrison does provide a bit of experience. He's played in the Premier League for a good 5-6 years now, so there's a guy right in the middle of Sky Sports camera doing the W anchor signs. Thanks, Martin. Oh, We are about to set off. We are about to kick off here. Underway in our second game of the Premier League season. Here we are. Here's Gruev. Now Joe Rodon. Lovely kit, by the way. Leeds' kit. I've got it in the cupboard, but I didn't put it on for this one. Might put it on at half time if we need a bit of luck. Cleared away by Joe Rodon there, but it's actually gone out for a throw-in, and it's going to be a Leeds United. It's going to be an Arsenal throw-in as they throw it in here to Declan Rice. Rice. Back now to Saliba. Now Gabriel. Saliba again. Yep, absolutely. Don't announce a goal until I have reacted to it, please. Here's Saliba. Clears that ball forward into the feet of Gyökeres, trying to get around Pascal Struijk here, but Pascal Struijk with a good tackle, and it's going to be a throw-in here to Arsenal. Timber decides to take that throw-in backwards, and now here's Saliba on the halfway line. Rice has dropped between the two centre-backs and picked it up, and now Zubamendi with the ball. Here's Rice. Now Martin Ødegaard. Ødegaard. Little pass across to Gabriel here, and he plays it out wide to Noni Madueke, another summer signing from Chelsea for Arsenal. Here's Ødegaard. Saka. Now Jurriën Timber. Ball out to the left-hand side here for Noni Madueke. Up against Jayden Bogle. Ball into the box. Perry collects nicely. Nervy moments even in the early stages for me. Great ball over the top there for Madueke, and Bogle, who's usually very good at stopping the crosses coming in, didn't manage to stop that one, but it did luckily go straight to Lucas Perry's gloves, who fell on the ball gratefully. Here's Anton Stack. Loses out there though, and Goodmanson wins that header, but Zubamendi's going to go all the way back to David Raya here. Across to Gabriel. Oh, nearly Dan James nicked the ball there off Declan Rice, but now Calafiori comes forward with the ball. Out to the left-hand side, here's Madueke up against Jayden Bogle. Madueke trying to cut inside, drops the ball off for Calafiori, who's crossed into the box, is cut out by Rodon. Here's Dan James into Tanaka. Dan James again, nice little ball back to Tanaka. His pass is cut out by Zubamendi, but it is going to be a Leeds throw-in on the halfway line, and it will give us a little bit of respite in these early moments, as they do seem to be pushing and dominating early on, as you'd expect for a home game from a team who have finished second 2 seasons in a row. Lucas Perry clears that one long. Won straight away by Saliba, though, and then picked up second ball by Goodmanson. Lost out, though, here. Now Stack. And then Tanaka comes in with a good foot, and Rodon can play that one back to Perry. Perry with a long ball forward. Saliba heads that one into touch, and it's going to be a Leeds United throw-in right by Arteta's technical area. Hi, Tim. Hi, CB. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Make sure, if you haven't already, by the way, you subscribe to the channel and like the stream as well. Goodmanson tries to carry the ball past Timber. His heavy touch, though, lets him down, but he does force Timber back enough to play the ball into one of the centre-backs here. Long ball forward. Gyökeres wins it, but Dan James picks up the second ball, but he's been nicked here by Declan Rice. Played out to the left-hand side for Madueke. Madueke to Ødegaard on the edge of the box. He goes to shoot, blocked there by Joe Rodon. Well, here's Tanaka. Leeds need to try and get a little bit of a grip on this, because Tanaka's just been tackled, and now Ødegaard has the ball again. We are getting dominated a lot here in the early stages. Doesn't look great at the moment. Here's Calafiori. Now Zubamendi. Here's Madueke. Timber. Sorry, that's Gabriel. Timber's out on the other side. It's just that Gabriel's playing almost at left back at the moment. Here's Zubamendi. Dropped off now to Saliba. Ødegaard. Drops that one off to Gabriel. Exactly, Martin. That is the logic at the moment for Leeds and for Leeds fans. Stack just gives the ball away. I think a little bit of nerves creeping in there from Leeds. Here's Saka out on the right-hand side. Up against Goodmanson. On the edge of the box, Goodmanson makes a good challenge. Now, that one has been given as a free kick against Gabriel Goodmanson. Make sure you hit that like button, everyone. Don't seem to have as many people in here as we usually would, to be fair. Yeah. I shouldn't be nervous because I did say in my previews and everything that I kind of expected us to not do very well in this game. But when you actually start and the game kicks off, you do think, oh, God, this is scary. Here's Saka, Ødegaard. Saliba now. Back to Ødegaard. He's going to try and cross one into the box. It's floated deep towards the back post. Headed away by Joe Rodon, who was alive to the danger there. Leeds can get out a little bit, but Saliba still has the ball. Yeah, a couple of times that we've got the ball back in midfield and given it away, which is what you really can't do in the Premier League. It just invites so much more pressure back onto you again. Here's Rice. Saliba. Gabriel. Here's Ødegaard, who goes to shoot from distance, drags it just wide. Perry potentially would have had that covered, but danger signs early on for Leeds that Arsenal are a lot more potent than Everton. Saka just cut inside, found Ødegaard on the edge of the box, just nobody close enough to cut him to close him down. I think Perry had it covered. Hi, Michael. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, everybody who's joining us. Here's Perry. Clips that one up towards Gabby Goodmanson. Good little touch in there towards Piru, but Leeds lose the ball again. Strauch, Goodmanson, back to Strauch. Then into Perry. Perry has to send that one up to Bogle, who can keep the ball in, but he's given it to Madueke, and then he's fouled him. And it's going to be a free kick on the corner of the box. Jayden Bogle's got a yellow card 8 minutes in. Yeah, Jayden Bogle's now got himself a yellow card. He's got 70 minutes against Madueke. Sorry, 80 minutes against Madueke on a yellow card. Jayden Bogle, and with no backup fullbacks. It was a poor ball by Perry. Not great with his feet. He should have just sent it in that situation. So Rice and Ødegaard stand over this one. Out on the left-hand side, on the corner of the Leeds United penalty area. Ball into the box, cleared away by Bogle. Here's Saliba on the halfway line. At the moment, if we do get anything out of this game, it'll be very much a smash and grab. I know we've only played 10 minutes, but here's Saka up against Gabriel Goodmanson. Saka's ball to the back post. Calafiori picks it up. Dan James is adamant that that wasn't a penalty as Calafiori goes down under his challenge in the box. And the ball towards the back post for Saka, he couldn't quite get on the end of, but... So, yeah, Saka put the ball across the box here, and Calafiori got there, and then Dan James... Nah, there's no way that's a penalty. And then Declan Rice curled one towards the back post behind Gabby Goodmanson, and Saka nearly got on the end of it. Here's Saka. Stacked as well there to take the ball off him. Back to Pascal Struijk. Now Gruev. Stack. Tries to play it forward into Piru. Now Nonto. Gruev. Plays it back now to Struijk. Struijk with a clearance down the line. Stack with a nice little flick and gets it back again here. First chance for Leeds to be able to come forward a little bit here. Stack with the ball out to Dan James. Good touch by Dan James. Dan James on the edge of the box. Looking to have a shot. His shot is blocked and away there, but Gruev can pick it up. First good bit of play by Leeds. Charging forward there with Anton Stack. Started it with a lovely little flick, but now Leeds have the ball. Here's Gruev. Stack. Rode on. Not really anywhere to pass the ball because they like to pack out the midfield so much, and Leeds have actually been forced all the way back to Perry when we're trying to play from the back. Perry trying to play a ball right over the top for Piru. Gabriel kind of had hold of Piru the whole time there, but nothing given. Yeah, look, I know that we're not expected to get anything. I don't want to get thrashed, and I just don't want to lose in general. I think the Burnley-Sunderland result has made me more nervous. But if we can beat Burnley and Sunderland, both of them home and away, 12 points out of those games, that's massive. Struijk. Perry. Perry sends one forwards towards Nonto. He's just going to let that go out, Saliba. Yeah, look, we are... and Gary Neville's just said it. Leeds had a throw in there in the attacking half, and the ball ended up back with our own goalkeeper because we just played it backwards. You're inviting pressure. Yeah, to me, I would have started Mecha in this game, and not because of his performance against Everton or because he scored a goal, because of the way that he fits. Like his profile just fits a game like this better. That's Leeds winning the ball back there through Dan James. Here's Tanaka, now Gruev. Bogle. All the way back to Perry. Perry clips that one out to Goodmanson. Goodmanson heads it on towards Joel Piru here, but picked off by Saliba. Good tackle there by Nonto, though. And then another tackle by Urian Timber. And it's going to be a Arsenal throw-in. And that's a foul by Stack against Ødegaard. Yeah, look, Stack should have been in a better position there. These players are excellent. Martin Ødegaard's one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. So you are going to expect to be beaten by him every now and again, but we can't be completely run around the park by them. But Bornau, I think, would struggle more. Bornau's a more physical player, but I think he might struggle more against Madueke. Free kick again then for Arsenal, this time Declan Rice to try and deliver it into the box from a little bit further out. Declan Rice then. Getting ready to take this free kick. A lot of Arsenal players at the back of the box here, and now they've started to move in. Ball into the box, headed, and it's going to go out for a Leeds United goal kick. It's difficult. It's difficult to know, Michael. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat us 3 or 4-0 in this game. Just the way it's gone so far, I wouldn't be shocked if they beat us 3 or 4-0. Here's Perry. Now Strauch. Stack's just given the ball away to Gyökeres on the penalty spot with no one around him, but Gyökeres couldn't control it. Stack felt like he was fouled, maybe. I think he probably was fouled. Yeah, we shouldn't be trying to play out like that. Yeah, there's a level of like, we're not at the level of Arsenal, and of course we're not. But you also have to realise that you've got to still make smart decisions with the quality that you have got. Gyökeres plays it out wide here to Madueke. Dan James coming back to help out Bogle though. Here's Rice into Ødegaard. Gyökeres always looking for that ball through to him, but here's Saka out on the right hand side. He's got Timber for support, but goes inside to Ødegaard. Now Timber. Nonto just trying to force him inside. Now Ødegaard. That's going to be a throw into Leeds there. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, it's not even about that, to be fair, in this game, Goz. It's like it's everything before that. He's really struggling. I think it's nerves. I think just in general we're very struggling. We are very much going to struggle to play in this game. Here's Madueke. He's got Gyökeres outside him. Jadon Bogle with a great foot there. Good tackle by Bogle. He's won Leeds a throw in. They could have been in there again. Leeds were all bunched up on one side of the pitch. It's a good tackle by Bogle, but again, shouldn't be giving them that much time and space. Tanaka trying to play the ball forward. Here's Dan James. Fouled there on the halfway line, and a chance for Leeds to get a little bit of a breather here. Mr. P saying, can we stop playing back to the goalkeeper, please? Yeah, he's not great with his feet, Perry, at all. He really is not a great goalkeeper with his feet. Genuinely, I think at this point, in terms of goalkeeping, a lot better than Meslier. With his feet, though, I'd have Meslier. I would be trusting Meslier to pass the ball back to him more than what Perry's doing at the moment. Goodmanson heads that one forwards. Ooh, Leeds have won the ball back here. Stack, can he find Dan James out on the right-hand side? Maybe he's taking a little bit long, but here comes Dan James. Goes to shoot, but Leeds have won a corner. Leeds have won a corner here. Yeah, I think maybe if he'd have played that ball earlier, Stack, then Dan James potentially could have had a better chance at shooting there, but it is going to be a corner kick for Leeds United. So, corner about to come in then from Anton Stach. Ball comes into the box. Headed! What a save by David Raya. That could have been 1-0 Leeds. Pascal Strout with a strong header on goal there. David Raya had to make a save. It's a really good header from Pascal Strout. David Raya had to palm that over the bar. Yeah, if he just puts that a little bit more in the corner, Strout, it's a goal. Another corner then for Leeds. Ball into the box this time, headed away. Dan James, he's going to have to try and win that back or stack. Oh, Dan James can win that back, though, with his pace. Well done, Dan. Excellent tracking back there from Dan James with his pace to be able to get there. Perry sends that one long up towards Tanaka. Piru can't quite get Jaden Bogle's pass. Rodon. Strauch. Nonto. Gruev. Tanaka. Here's Bogle. Nice little touch back inside. Tanaka. Play Piru, that's it. Piru with the ball now. Dan James out on the right-hand side. Nobody really in the box for him, but he tries to get it across the box. And that's going to be a... Oh, is that going to be a goal kick? I think David Raya's hurt himself a little bit there going for the ball alongside Nonto. Dan James, great ball into the box. Nonto's going for it, and him and Raya did have a come-in together. This is why I think Dan James needs to start for Leeds. Not only his ability to track back like he did before, but his ability to get forward, get the ball into the box. This is better, though, from Leeds. A better showing so far in the last kind of 5 or 6 minutes, creating a couple of chances. Thomas Frank's a very good manager, and I think Spurs will do well under him. I think sometimes, Thomas Frank's a very good manager, and he doesn't play hoofball, but he certainly doesn't play kind of Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta football. Sometimes the top sides, they all want to go for somebody like Guardiola or Arteta, have this lovely passing movement with the rotations and stuff. Sometimes you need a bit of someone like a Thomas Frank to compete with them, to be a bit different. Here's Saliba. Chips that one down the line towards Gyökeres, and Strauch cuts it out. Well done, Strauch. Saka throws that one back into Zubimendi. Now Zubimendi gets the ball bounced back to him from Martin Ødegaard. That's going to be a Leeds United throw in there as the ball goes out. That ball to Saka was a poor one. It's going to be a Leeds throw in. Yeah, look, Leeds have weathered the storm in that first sort of 15, 16 minutes, and we've been better over the last few, so let's hope that we continue to grow into it and it becomes more of an even game. Here's Goodmanson. Goodmanson feels he was fouled there by Saka. Nothing given, though. Here's Gruev. Tanaka giving the ball away to Calafiori there, but Rodon does really well to defend that. Should have been a foul there on Goodmanson, I feel. Here's Zubimendi. Now Saka. You can see that Anton Stack is dropping in with Gruev to make almost a back 5 or back 6 at times. Here's Ødegaard trying to cross one in towards the back post. And Madueke's header just flicks out for a Leeds goal kick. Don't think Forest played today, Michael. I think that'll be tomorrow. And we've got Carabao Cup game, haven't we, on Tuesday night? And then we've got, is it Newcastle that's on Saturday at the weekend? Perry with the goal kick then. Perry with a good long kick forwards. Definitely two hands pushing the back there on Anton Stack. It's going to be a free kick to Leeds as we gain a bit more movement up the pitch. I think this could be a good game for somebody like Noah Okafor to come on for Nonto a bit later on, you know. It's just his ability to beat a man and go past someone. It could be good for him. Leeds are ending up being a little bit scared of the Arsenal press. And whenever Arsenal press us, even when we start with the ball with a free kick or a throw-in or something, we kind of like, oh my God, they're coming at us, and we'll just play it backwards and backwards until it all goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Martin's saying, my mind is saying stupid things to me like, don't score yet, Leeds, you'll make them angry. Yeah, I mean, look, I think they are going to score in this game, Arsenal. So if we can score as soon as possible to mean that even if they do score, it only makes it into a draw rather than a... Psychologically, it's easier to have a team score against you once you're already ahead than thinking, oh my God, we've got a mountain to climb now if they score first. Do you want to have any kind of cut run? Doesn't really matter to us, but the only benefit is giving some reserves a run around. Yeah, that's what I think I would like to see. Some more like Mecha with 90 minutes or Calvert-Lewin with 90 minutes and Okafor and some of these players getting some proper game time. Bornau that we haven't seen yet, really. Ødegaard, this could be huge for Leeds. Ødegaard is, I think, complaining about a shoulder injury when he ran into Anton Stack earlier. So I would say that I think if Ødegaard goes off in this game, it's massive for us. He dictates the play so much from those half spaces. Hi, Dan. Why is Calvert-Lewin not in the squad, injured? We don't know. Maybe Daniel Farke doesn't think he's ready, hasn't learnt the system well enough yet. He's brought Mecha, who is a similar kind of profile of player, similar type of player. But DCL is not in the squad. So we haven't been told it's an injury or anything, but yeah, we just have to kind of look at it like that and say we've got as much as we can take on the bench. We are looking to sign under the striker as well. Yeah, wasn't much in it, you know, when Stack just kind of pulled Ødegaard back, potentially he's sprained his shoulder joint or something. Yeah, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was a free agent, so he hadn't played much football leading up until now. And then you also look at somebody like Noah Okafor. He had a full pre-season for AC Milan, so he can, in terms of fitness, kind of come straight in. It doesn't feel like it, but they've had 4 shots, we've had 3. They've had 0 on target, we've had 1 on target, and they've had 55% possession, we've had 45%, which makes it seem like a very even game. But it doesn't feel like that. I don't know whether that's just anxiety. Martin Ødegaard, I think he's probably going to be making his way back onto the pitch in a second, but he does look uncomfortable. Hopefully if someone could give that arm or that shoulder a bit of a tug again, he'll get injured enough to go off. Here's Timber. I'm going down. I'm yelling timber. Here's Gabriel. Leeds just pressing them a little bit more, getting a little bit more confident into the game, and Raya is going to have to send that one long under the pressure of Tanaka. But having done that press, we are now a little bit light in the midfield. Stack needs to help Gruev get back here. No one's really closing down Calafiori, and Calafiore's pass can't be kept in by Madueke. He did all the hard work, Calafiori, then, and just passed it straight into touch. So it's going to be a Leeds United. Goal kick. They had loads of time and space in the midfield there because Tanaka kind of left his post a little bit and pressed Raya to the point where as soon as Raya cleared the ball, we had no midfield there. Long ball forward from Lucas Perry. Nonto trying to chase that one down, but here's Saliba. Here's that one up to Saka. Foul there apparently by Gabriel Goodmanson. And now Ødegaard. He's going to take that. Here's Gabriel. Calafiori now. Gabriel again. Looks a little bit more difficult for them to break us down now that we are kind of holding a bit of a better shape. Good block there on the cross there from Dan James, and now Tanaka gives him the ball back. Dan James into Piru. Oh, Dan James can't quite get the return ball from Piru, but it wasn't a bad idea. Probably would have been in down the right-hand side there. Dan James with his pace. His Declan Rice picks the ball up after that throw-in comes in. Now Martin Ødegaard. Out to Saka on the right-hand side here. Saka. Goodmanson does well there to take the ball away from him. Oh, Goodmanson's given the ball away a little bit there. And then Nonto with a good challenge. And then Goodmanson plays it straight to Ødegaard. Didn't really even look then, Goodmanson. Now, Leeds forced them this time to go all the way back to their goalkeeper. Long ball forward from David Raya. Goodmanson wins it, but he has headed it into touch. It's going to be an Arsenal throw-in. Here's Zubamendi. Here's Saka. Zubamendi. Gabriel. Now Madueke. Back to Calafiori. Ball into the box and headed away by Rodon. It's going to be an Arsenal corner this time. Yeah, look, I think it's so important that we defend these set pieces well. They've scored a ridiculous amount over the last couple of seasons, but we also need to ensure that we do well on our own set pieces when we get them. We've had one or two set pieces really, and we headed one directly on goal. Ball coming into the box then from this corner. 1-0. 1-0 Arsenal. Such a goal to concede from a set piece. After all that, for a set piece, I didn't expect to win this game, but it's so disappointing for it to be from the set piece. Timber, I think it was. Let's have a look here. Nobody's marking Timber. Rodon, and he's between Rodon and Strauch. Do you know what, though? I don't think that goes in if Jacobi Yols starts this game. I don't think that goal goes in if Jacobi Yol is on the pitch. Someone needed to track the runner. It's a poor goal to concede. But look, it's against Arsenal. They finished second over the last couple of seasons. We're not expected to win. We're not expected to even get a draw. But what I will say is, we shouldn't be conceding a set piece like that. Poor, really poor. Here's Zubimendi. That'll give them confidence now as well. Good foot there by Rodon. Second touch is so poor. Here's Rice. I get what you say, Pierre, but at this point, these guys are professional footballers. They should know. They shouldn't have to learn from it at their age. They should not have to learn from it at their age. They should know to track their runners. Here's Timber. Ødegaard. Now Zubimendi. Here's Timber. Now Declan Rice. There's no excuse for that goal at all. Like, everyone should be marking their runners. That long ball is going to bounce all the way through to Perry. Here's Gruev. Now Goodmanson. Back to Pascal Strauch. No, I'm not saying that you... Like, we have to blame everyone, not just one player. We have to blame everyone. People should take responsibility for that. It wasn't a good goal. Like, from their point of view, yeah. But we should be doing better than that. Goodman's has just given the ball away here. Here's Zubimendi. Good foot there by Rodon. Now Madueke. Against Dan James in the box, trying to open something up. Calafiori. Back now to Gabriel. Madueke into the box, headed away by Rodon. Hoofed into the rosette by Zubimendi on the volley. Arsenal are making a substitution already. Ødegaard's coming off then. For Nwaneri, I think it is. Yeah, Ethan Nwaneri coming on then for Martin Ødegaard. Really, Leeds shouldn't be 1-0 down in this game, I don't think. Calafiori now. Now Gabriel. Gabriel again. I think this is why couple of things that I think that Farke's got wrong in this game. Number one, I think Metra should have started. Just because of the type of game it is, I think he's got the better hold-up play. And I think that Jacobi Yol probably should have started this game in terms of his physicality and his defensive awareness and his ability from set pieces to defend them and attack them. Here's Jayden Bogle. Jayden Bogle fouled there by Calafiori, took a proper kick there. Should be a yellow card for me. Thanks so much, Mr. P, with the super chat, the £2 super chat. Can't speak. For a Leeds equaliser. Well, I really hope so, Mr. P. Thanks so much for the super chat. I really hope so. Leeds have a free kick at the moment. Just 5 minutes to go till half time. Leeds then Jaden Bogle doing his entire boot again here. Him and Anton Stack are stood over this one. It's just an Arsenal fan eating an apple there. Stack with the ball into the box. Poor ball. Really poor. Oh, Stack's been... Yeah, thank God for that. Stack was pulled back there. They went through on goal and shot, and Perry saved it, but Stack was pulled back in the build-up, so it's been taken back for a pull, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. I think Stack's been quite poor in this game, at times. Some bit dodgy mistakes that he's made. Nonto tries to head that one forward. We're a bit panicked, like we're trying to play at 100 miles an hour when we do get the ball because they press so much. Strauch chests that one down to Goodmanson. Goodmanson tries to send that down the line, but the thing is, Saliba and Gabriel are so good that you're gonna have to go down the lines. You can't play over the top of them two. Nonto fouled there, but leads with the advantage. Here's Tanaka. No one for him to pass it to, really, though, when he's gonna have to turn round. Here's Goodmanson. He has got Nonto outside him, but goes back inside to Tanaka again. Yeah, they've got the whole team back now, Arsenal. They're set back in a 4-4-2 defensively, and Leeds are just going to struggle so much to break that down. We need to try and play quicker when we do get the ball back on the break. Arsenal have scored 31 goals from corners since January 2023. Or he's been... Here's Stack. Leeds throw in here, surely to God. Well, no, it's an Arsenal throw in. So Stack's just essentially put it into touch. Here's Zubamendi. There's a lot of players who you would watch last week and say how calm and how good they were on the ball that are very much panicked under the pressure of Arsenal's midfield bearing down on them, and we do seem to be giving the ball away a lot because we are panicking when they press us. So it's not necessarily that the players are... I know that was tongue-in-cheek, Martin, but for what people will say post this game, it's not necessarily that any of the players are particularly bad. It's that a lot of the time we are... I didn't say that we needed to... No, and he said we needed to speed up on the counter-attack. Playing too fast was like players were pinging balls into each other and it was just bouncing off everywhere. But in terms of playing fast, I mean making decisions where we're on the counter-attack and we just turn around and play it backwards instead of taking a little bit of a risk and trying to get the ball down the line or something. Whereas we're kind of turning back and going, well, let's just play it back because we've no chance of getting through there. And then they all get back into a back four with 4 in midfield and 2 up top, and you just really struggle then to break them down. Here's Rice. Now Timber. 3 added minutes on the first half, by the way. Three minutes added on. Ball forward here from Arsenal into Timber. Saka. Now Timber again. Into Zubamendi. Now Saliba. Nwaneri. Nwaneri gets it back again off Rice. Good turn from him, but good tackle there by Gruev. And Gruev's just given the ball straight back to Zubamendi. That's what we can't do. Ball into the box. Saka's in. 2-0. Poor goalkeeping from Perry. This is what I didn't want to happen. We're going to get absolutely smashed in this game. We're going to get absolutely smashed in this game if we play like this. So poor. Honestly, Gruev makes a tackle and just passes it straight back to them. We look so poor. We look so poor. Look at Gruev. Just passes it straight to Zubamendi. And then Goodmanson's not alive to it. Oh, straight at Perry. Straight at Perry, that. I think Perry... I honestly think if Perry lifts his shoulder up like that, he saves it. We're absolutely terrified. Here's Madueke. Here's Gabriel. Calafiori. Well, to be fair, Michael, I did mention that terrible pass from Gruev and then a really unaware from Goodmanson to let him run beyond him. Saka, one of the best players in the country. It's not about being scared of other teams in terms of... It's not about being scared of other teams in terms of respecting them too much. It's like actually under the pressure that we're under, we're either not good enough footballers to play under that amount of pressure, or we are just really, really like struggling in this game to get any passes together when they just... They can just go through us so easily. That's half time. I'm going for a quick break. I'm going to change into my Leeds top in the hopes that nothing will happen. We've been poor. We've been really, really poor. Honestly, shocking. Really poor performance. I didn't turn that off, so why has it done that? Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, thank you. Burnley lost 3-0 against Spurs, but they still put in a performance where they could have scored quite a few goals. I think this is potentially the worst performance from a newly promoted side this season. I think we've struggled. I think we've really struggled in these opening 45 minutes. I think we've really, really struggled. I think for a start, we should be trying to use the wings more. Anything that we try and play through the middle is going to get cut out. And I think anything that we try and play over the top of Gabriel and Saliba, they're just going to head it back, straight back at us. We are not going to be able to get over the top of them. I think using the wings is going to be massively more profitable for us. I don't think I am being too harsh. I think set piece, conceding from a set piece like that is classic Leeds United of the Championship over the last however many years. Classic. The ball just comes straight into the box, and even in the Premier League when we went down, it's just like we really struggle. We really struggle off set pieces still. And I honestly think if we'd have started Jacobiol, we don't concede the first. I just think that's the case. I think Struijk is a very good footballer. But we bought Jacobiol for like nearly 20 million quid. I think you've got to play him. Well, I just think that we've definitely struggled a lot, and potentially, look, Arsenal at the Emirates, they're an unbelievable side. They really are brilliant. I just want us to put up more of a fight, and it's not even in a case of it's not even a case of we should be attacking and having loads more shots. I'm not even expecting that. I'm just expecting us to not crap our pants and kick the ball away whenever they press us and go, oh my God, and run back to the goalkeeper. Like, surely there must be a way that Daniel Farkas looked at and said, look, they're going to press us hard in the midfield. They leave gaps here and here. So someone can fill those spaces and someone could just chip the ball over the press and get into those areas. Like, there's got to be chinks in the armour of this Arsenal system. Arsenal are very good at set pieces, but that wasn't a very good set piece. And Leeds should be doing better. And now that it's 2-0, there's no chance of coming back in this game. I don't think Gruev is a bad player, you know. I think Gruev is fine. It's just that, and like only Leeds bros say, or just Leeds bros now, don't want it to be 4 or 5. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to get battered. I don't want our goal difference to go completely down the pan. I think that, the second goal, that's the problem, really. Both goals could have been completely avoided. The first one, better marking from the corner, and it's not a goal. The second one, Ilya Gruev, really poor pass out. He wins the ball back and then just passes it straight to an Arsenal player, and then Goodmanson doesn't track his runner, and then Perry fails to save the shot, which he probably should have saved. So it's our goals have come from a litany of errors, which is what you can't have in the Premier League. I'm not expecting us to be perfect, but I'm expecting us to be a bit better than that. That's what I mean. We look panicked, Sam. We just give the ball away. and we can't do that. Leeds Bros saying, I've clicked the wrong one there. Leeds Bros saying, I wasn't expecting anything, but reality, the setup is poor. Playing out from the back, putting ourselves under pressure, both goals very avoidable. Reality check. Yeah, and this is the thing. Like Daniel Farke said, I'm not going to be naive this season. Playing out from the back with a goalkeeper who can't play with his feet is naive. It is naive. So look, and we never expected to beat Arsenal, and we all wrote this off as a loss. But you want to be taking positives from games, and so far I don't see a single positive from this game. That's your problem. So that's where that's why I'm annoyed, because we haven't given a good account of ourselves. Didn't expect to win it. Anything that we try and play through the midfield looks like we're going to really struggle, because they are pressing us so much that we absolutely crap our pants and try and just play backwards every time to the goalkeeper, and then we lump it long and they get the ball back. Right, looks like we might be back now. Players heading back out onto the pitch. No, exactly. Yeah, and that's totally fair enough. It doesn't define our season at all. And of course, someone said about their squad being worth over $1 billion, whilst ours is just like 300 million. But I just think that it's not good enough, the performance so far. I think it's an unchanged side that heads out for the second half as well, so. Even then, we just have to keep the ball for a few seconds rather than just giving it away and letting them come straight back at us. That's what I said in one of my Premier League predictions style videos, one of the videos where I talked about tactics or something. I said, like, in the Premier League, it's so important, and one of the most important things is not giving the ball away so that they come straight back at you, and that's pretty much all we've done this game. So we are about to kick off again here, so let's get ready to do it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Underway again here. Here's David Raya. Long ball forward from the Spanish goalkeeper. That one's going to bounce all the way through to Jayden Bogle, who can clear it. Now Bogle into Tanaka. Honestly, the first couple of touches and Tanaka's just played it straight into touch in the second half. Calafiori then is going to try and take a long throw in here. Long ball into the box from Calafiori, away by Rodon. Only as far as Saliba. Back to Calafiori and then back to Saliba again. Now Waneri, back to Zubamendi. Here's Saka. Up against Goodmanson. Saka across the box. Gone over everybody there. And then Dan James not fouled, apparently, according to the referee, by Calafiori. And Calafiori can try and put the ball into the box now. And Stack clears it. Back out to the wing again. And Madueke is going to let that one go out for a throw-in. Calafiori to take it. Foul throw there, ref. Here's Zubamendi. Here's Timber. Now Zubamendi. Nice, Mr. P. Calafiori. Dan James gets a foot in, but it's going to be a throw into Arsenal. Here's Madueke. Now Calafiori with the ball over the top towards Gyökeres. Gyökeres out on the left-hand side here. Pascal Struijk facing up against him. Gyökeres into the box. Gyökeres goes to shoot. 1-0. Gyökeres' first Premier League goal. 1-0, sorry. 3-0. Complete shite. Honestly, we've been torn apart here. It's embarrassing. This is absolutely shocking. It's just one ball down the touchline. Rodon's playing right back. Just to try and get back into his position. Struijk can't get anywhere near him, and then it just goes through everyone into the bottom corner. Chance Calafiori was in for the goalkeeper's eye line there for that one to make it offside. Is he, though? I would be asking to check that. Calafiori is directly in front of the goalkeeper's eye line. It's going to be good when we come and win this 4-3, isn't it? You just can't see us even getting a goal. Us even laying a glove. This is embarrassing, isn't it? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter because we never would have won this game. But, like, the other sides who will be trying not to get relegated will be laughing at this. Shocking, absolutely shocking, Chewy. Avoidable goals, every single one of them. Gruev plays the ball out to Stack, but then Saliba's going to get there first. And just never enough, really, is it? They come forward again here. Here's Saka. Now Calafiori on the edge of the box. Calafiori goes for a shot, and now Dan James picks the ball up. Now Stack. Goodmanson. Saka's gone down as well now. Well, if they're going to embarrass us like this, at least we can injure their two best players. Hopefully for the season. I should be saying that. But yeah, look, honestly. Forfeit the game. End it now. On to the next one. Maybe CB, just to get them some minutes. Okafor, maybe. But that would be the point of saving players, though, Mr. P, to be fair, wouldn't it? Is bringing on subs so that the players that you want to start are not going to get injured. Ampadu's got an MCL injury, then he's out until after the after the international break. He got injured in the Everton game, so he's not even playing in this one. Not even in the squad. So that's Saka coming off. Trossard to come on. He'll probably score as well. So poor. Yeah, it wasn't even a foul on her or anything. It's just when he played a pass. Clearance there from Arsenal. Foul by Joe Rodon, and now it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal, but halfway inside their half. Here's Gabriel. Now Rice. Gabriel. Pull down the line. Now Bogle's injured Trossard as well. Or Trossard, he's limping a little bit. I don't think he's injured, but... Here's Calafiori. Gabriel now with the ball. Ball down the line to Calafiori. Gabriel again. Now Saliba. Now Madueke. Headed away by Strauch. Now Madueke again. Looking to find a gap here. Madueke, he's done so well, and then eventually Leeds can clear the ball through Pascal Strauch. Here's Piru. Nonto. Leeds keep giving the ball away in the corner like that. What's Nonto doing? Shots from Nwaneri. It's Newcastle next, I think, isn't it? Shocking, this, isn't it? Corner then for Arsenal. Declan Rice to take. Ball into the box from Rice. Bobbling around in the area. It's 4-0. How have we not cleared it in that time? It's absolutely shocking. They're taking the piss now. You know, this could be 6 or 7-0, you know. It really could. This could be 6 or 7. Strauch just can't get enough on it, and then it's Timber with a second goal. Shocking. Yeah, genuinely, could be 6 or 7. Clive, you're doing that thing where you're having an argument with yourself. Nobody slagged Bielsa off. Everybody loved Bielsa. This is like 4 years later. Could be a handball by William Saliba. Yeah, he did control it with his arm. It's probably going to get... Don't know. Well, Leeds are making some subs. Longstaff has come on for Tanaka and Mecha for Peru. Those are the Leeds subs. Here's Saliba. Now Zubamendi. Here come Arsenal again. Waneri. Now Gabriel. Back again to Saliba. Clive, if you think the square ball, Just Joe, Conor McGilligan, or any other YouTubers had anything to do with the fact that Marcelo Bielsa was sacked, then you've lost the plot. He got sacked because we conceded a record number of goals in a month. It's nothing to do with what's currently happening now. It was years ago. Here's David Raya. Leeds just not even... David Raya could just stand with the ball for 30 minutes and Leeds wouldn't press him. Here's Raya. Now Saliba carries the ball forward. Calafiori. Here's Zubamendi. Now Rice. Ball back out wide to Madueke. Out on the right-hand side, Madueke crosses the ball into the box. Bicycle kick attempt from Trossard, and then a skied shot from Calafiori, and it's a Leeds ball. It's like a training drill. Leeds don't get the ball ever in this game. Arsenal just go on attack. Max Dowman is 15 and he's about to be brought on the pitch for Leeds here. For Leeds. For Arsenal. Clive, shut up. Arsenal are sending on a 15-year-old now. I would have started Jacobiol, started Lucas Mecha. Just not had our players absolutely crap themselves anytime Arsenal come near us. Here's Dan James. Now Jaden Bogle. Could have passed it to Longstaff there, and he really should have done. Just decision making again. Free kick for Arsenal here. Over in the left back position, they're bringing on Lewis Skelly, Mosquera, and Dowman. Madueke then is coming off now. We know that, Chewy. That's the thing. We know that they're better than us, and we always knew that they would be better than us. But this is ridiculous, and you can't play like this. It's absolutely shocking today. No, Clive, you're bringing up bollocks from years ago that's nothing to do with what's currently happening. Because you've got some sort of obsession with Bielsa. That's why people are going, just shut up. Like, we're talking about what's happening now, not 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, we completely expect... I completely expect to lose this game. I really do completely expect to lose this game. And I did from the start. And I said that in my previews and my live stream from last night, etc., etc. But don't expect us to play like this. It's so bad. Ball out to the... Gabriel tries to play it forward to Gyökeres, but it's picked up by Stack. Stack just gives the ball away, but apparently was fouled. It's the mistakes leading to the goals that are the worst thing. Like, we should have been... Well, Leeds are bringing on Noah Okafor and Brendan Aronson. Dan James is off for Aronson. Well, we see the debut of Noah Okafor. Feel a bit sorry for him coming on in this situation, but oh my God. First touch of Brendan Aronson is a shocking pass back to Joe Rodon. Ooh, Gyökeres kneed Joe Rodon in the head there as he fell down. But Joe Rodon being Joe Rodon is back up already. Here's Strauch. Back to Perry, who just lumps it forward first time. And Rice heads it straight back to Dowman. Okafor comes and takes the ball off him instantly. Well done, Okafor. Not having a 15-year-old make us look like mugs as well. Zubamendi back to Gabriel. Trev saying Okafor will be hoping this is a dream and he wakes up in Milan. Yes, you are wrong, Clive, in every way. Here is Longstaff with a challenge, and that's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal. Here's Gabriel. Now Mosquera. Zubimendi with the ball forward. That's a really good ball, but Goodmanson is going to get there ahead of Dowman. Here's Okafor. Okafor tries to play the ball forward for Aronson, who is fouled there. It's going to be a Leeds free kick. Strauch. Rodon. Brendan Aronson does well there to go past a man. Plays the ball into Anton Stack. Out wide now to Noah Okafor. Okafor here, who's left the ball behind, and he's been tackled there by Mosquera, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. There goes our new signing, Okafor, being tackled by a 15-year-old child. So that about sums up this game. You've got to laugh. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Throw in again here from Okafor. Yeah, we knew that we wouldn't do well against Arsenal. Of course we did. It's the fashion in which it's happened which is upsetting. It's what makes you worry for the entire season. I know it's only the second game, yes or no, but reactionarily, like in this moment right now as we are watching it happen, it's terrible. Like how do you even make a dent when they're so much better than you? Any positives? We had a shot on target. Strauch got his 50p on a header that was actually accurate. Here's Nwaneri. Good tackle, though, by Leeds. Here's Bogle. Bogle wins Leeds a throw-in. It's about all we can hope for there. The goalkeeper's not really got anything to do with it. It's the actual defending. It's a different kind of bollocks, though, Clive, that you chat. It's always mentioning Bielsa, who years ago he was the manager. I think that Farke's doing this on purpose, so that it's all tactical, so that the board will spend more money on players. Farke playing 4D chess. That's what I think's happening. Here's Max Dowman out on the on the right-hand side. Goes past Goodmanson. Good tackle by Goodmanson. There's something arrogant and pisses me off about them putting on a 15-year-old. Like, yeah, he might be good for his age, but, like, come on. At that point, you're just taking the piss. I'd like, if we got one goal, if we made this 4-1 or 4-2, it just doesn't look anywhere near as bad, does it? It's nowhere near as embarrassing. But I just can't see a goal coming out of anywhere. Strout plays that one back to Perry, and Perry is just going to have to hoof it. See, Metcher actually wins those headers. He just won a header against whichever defender / midfielder that was. Piru wasn't really doing any of that. Here's Lewis Skelly. Now Zubamendi. Rice. Back to Gabriel again. Saliba. Gabriel. Trossard's just nutmegged Sean Longstaff. Now Dowman out on the right-hand side. He's going to shoot here, Dowman. Blazes it over the bar. Look, no one expected to do anything with this. No one expected anything from this game. So let's try and sit with that with a level head. But it's hard to when you play like this and put in a performance like this. It annoys you, doesn't it? Here's Goodmanson. Tackled there by Dowman. Throw in for Leeds. Long ball forward here from Arsenal. Gyökeres chests it down, but Gruev wins it back. Here's Okafor, tackled. It's going to be another throw into Leeds. Long ball down the line. Aronson tries to chase it, but just gets completely out-muscled. Aronson just got done there. Trossard. Tackled, though, by Aronson. Well done, Aronson. And now Bogle comes forward. There's a chance there maybe to play Metcher in, but here's Anton Stack. Now Longstaff. Aronson. Bogle's in the box here with a chance to shoot. He just runs straight into an Arsenal player. Leeds might actually be getting a bit better here in this game of getting the ball under control, but really Yeah, we have missed him. We have missed him. Ethan Ampadu, but it's just, I don't know. This is shocking. Or has been. It's not that bad over the last kind of 10 minutes or so, but what's 10 minutes in the context of an entire game of football? I'm glad that Bogle hasn't got himself sent off so far. But is that to suggest that Arsenal are sitting back a little bit more because they don't need to go and score more goals? Or is it also to suggest that Leeds are pushing a little bit better in some of the substitutions that we've made? Some of the new signings are better than what we had on to start with. It's hard to tell. Bogle then. Trying to play the ball forward to Aronson, but Aronson's just lost it straight to Saliba and now Mosquera. Goodmanson makes a good tackle there. There's no way on this earth that was a foul by Goodmanson. There's no way on this earth. Goodmanson just got a yellow card for a perfectly good challenge. Let me see this again. Perfectly fine. I don't know what that means, CB. Rice is waiting on the edge of the box to try and shoot here, I think. Okafor, I think, should be alive to it. So, glad he missed that, the little shit. Dowman just absolutely smashed it wide. It's a combination of all those things, Michael. We haven't really got a poor team, but we played really poorly today. Couple of different substitutions I would have... Oh, a couple of different players from the start that I would have had different. It's a foul there by... Is it Metcha? So it's going to be a foul, free kick to Arsenal. I wouldn't say it looks like we've been scared of giving the ball away at the Emirates. I think that we look like we are scared of keeping the ball at the Emirates. I think we're like, okay, yeah, we'll pass it back to you. Yeah, sure, we'll pass you the ball back. Here's Trossard, who tries to cross it forward. Now Aronson. Rodon. To Metcha. Won by Lewis Skelly, though. Now Zubamendi. Sorry, that tickled me. John B saying maybe Sam Byram can turn things around. Oh, God, it's worrying, isn't it? It's just so bad to be a Premier League side, isn't it? So much nicer to be in the Championship. So exciting making transfers. Winning the Championship amazing season, you win the championship. Then the summer before the season starts, where you're bringing in loads of players and there's signings and stuff, excellent. Then just let us have another season in the championship, but with Premier League money. It's shocking. Sam Byram has just come on for Jayden Bogle. Sam Byram. Ball into the box from Leeds. Metcha can't quite get on the end of it. Wow. Sam Byram coming on as a Premier League player. It's not a bad ball from Aronson. Metcha just needed to be more alive to where it was going. This is what I mean, Mr. P. Metcha should have started this game. He fits what we needed so much more. He really does. You needed a hold-up player. If Calvert-Lewin was fit, it would have been him or Metcha to start this game for me. It had to be. Here's Saliba. Yeah, they've completely taken their foot off the gas. They're just kind of seeing this one out now. I don't think Longstaff was. I think Longstaff isn't great with the ball at his feet. Like, I think he gives the ball away quite often, Longstaff. Man City, was it Wolves that Man City beat 4-0 on the opening day? I mean, I should know that because I watched the game. I think it was, wasn't it? So at least if they don't score again, at least it's not the biggest loss of the season. Joe Blackburn's just said in the group chat that they're giving fouls for anyone who is in the same postcode as Dowman. Here's Raya into Rice. Now Lewis Skelly. Back again to Gabriel. Now Raya, Rice, out the other side. It looks so easy for them to play out for the back, but for us, so difficult. Trossard. Back in now to Declan Rice. Now Zubamendi. It looked like he was going to play the ball over the top then, but decides against it. Plays one in instead to Lewis Skelly, who goes past Longstaff very easily, I must say. Now Trossard, he's overrun that one. Poor touch, but he's still got the ball. And that's going to be a Arsenal free kick. Arsenal throw-in, sorry. Look, if we beat Newcastle at home, then this is completely forgiven, isn't it, really? It kind of goes out the window. 6 points from 3 games is unreal, but Trossard with the ball in towards the back post. And then Dowman tries to put it back across, but Perry just watches as that goes wide. Here's Goodmanson, who I must say has not been able to get forward at all compared to what he did in that other game. Here's Stack charging forward. He's got Aronson with him. Stack's just... Honestly, it was like he just gave up there, Stack. He just kicked it straight at an Arsenal player's shins and gave him it back. Here's Declan Rice. Declan Rice in the box. Passes it to Dowman. Stack with a good tackle on the edge of the box. Stack pokes that out to Aronson. Oh, shocking. Aronson, what are you doing? He's just played it straight to... He could have played it to Stack's feet and just played it straight to the defender. Wow. It's upsetting to see this, isn't it? How badly we can play. And I think you see Sam Byram coming in with a very frustrated tackle there on Lewis Skelly. Yeah, Stack is knackered. Someone just said in the group that he is stackered. It was Jay from Ought Know Better. This has been really, really poor. Is this Byron's first Premier League game ever? No, he played for West Ham in the Premier League and Norwich. Rice with the ball forward. Across the box, straight into Perry's gloves. Here's Sam Byram. Strouk. Good little touch inside. I forgot that Okafor was on the pitch, you know. I really did. He hasn't had a touch, really, since he came on. Just loose ball from Rodon and Stack to Longstaff, and Longstaff just falls over somewhere in the general vicinity. 5 minutes added on. Except to be tackled by the 15-year-old, yeah. I'm really angry, I think. And I don't usually get angry with Leeds. And I'm not shouty or anything like that, but like there is anger in here, and it's just you don't want to watch your football team perform like this ever. Yes, they're a brilliant side, Arsenal. They've got potentially a chance of winning the league, and they'll go far in the Champions League. They're worlds away from us. But we should not play this badly against them. I also think there's a bit of an agenda against Leeds in terms of our fixtures compared to like Burnley and Sunderland getting to play each other in the first few games. And West Ham. Mad, really. When we've been given this list. Newcastle next, then you've got Man City and Spurs in the next couple of games as well. What Leeds' fixture list is looking like. Newcastle, Fulham, Wolves, Bournemouth, Spurs, Burnley, West Ham, Brighton. Oh no, to be fair, we've got a few all right games ahead of us, but it might be a few weeks before we get any more points. Here's Dowman. They've just given away a penalty. I don't think that was a penalty. think he's already fallen over. He starts stepping on his toes by accident. Like, it's clumsy, but is that a penalty? No, it's been given. Still a penalty. I think I should probably get some points in my FPL for this, but Calafiori with 12 points. It's the only one I add in. Goodmanson, -1, so that's good. So this is going to be 5-0 then, isn't it? That's nice. Let me get ready to press it as soon as he scores. Hurry up, Gyökeres. You glorified Coventry striker. I've got Calafiori, Chewy, that's it. To be fair, I couldn't give a shit about FPL or anything right now. As soon as I've got to record a match reaction, I forgot about that. I forgot I've got to record a match reaction. Don't know if I could be bothered. I'll have to. It's only 10 minutes in it. But after I've done that, I'm not thinking about football until Tuesday. Oh, I've got to upload videos. Strout's just giving the ball away. Not going to be able to keep it in here, the winger, but... Yep, that's true, Isaac. Well, that's the final whistle. Leeds United 0, Arsenal 5. "5-0 to Arsenal." Let's just rip the bandage off. Let's get that off. I don't want to hear them talk about it anymore. Shocking. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. If you want to make me feel any better, check out the links in the description down below. And I'm just going to go and record a match reaction now. So look out for that on the channel if you're bothered. I don't think it'll get that many views, to be honest, because... who wants to even talk about that game? So, hey, that'll cheer me up a little bit. Thanks, Robert. Robert with the $10 super chat. Second match of the season against one of the championship contenders. Let's move on. Absolutely, yeah. Make sure you like Robert's super chat as well. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate that. Really helps me out. But yeah, I'm going to do a watch along. I'm going to do a match reaction now, and yeah, and then after that, we're not going to think about Leeds United too much. I mean, I'll have to think of something to put out. Do you know what? It doesn't really matter about the shorts, to be honest. I might just not upload until Tuesday, which will be the game. So, yeah, we'll be live for the Carabao Cup game on Tuesday, so that should be good. So, I don't really drink, to be honest, Goz. Like, I'm not teetotal, but I just don't really ever drink. Don't particularly enjoy it, to be honest, and it makes me feel awful. So just have some other hobbies to do. So anyway, I'm going to go and record a match reaction now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting the stream, even though it was absolutely crap. Thanks for watching Leeds lately, and I shall see you in the next one. Make sure you sub, though, if you haven't already. And we'll be back again on Tuesday. Bye.